The uniqueness about Sayyidah Aisha is how she was described. And if you look at the books talking about her, you will get at least 10 unique, special criteria that every woman, every man, every woman would love to have someone describe them with all these. So let's go through them. First thing, she's beautiful. And she was described as delicate. Her body figure. She aspired high. She always wanted to have more, but not in dunya, in akhirah. She was extremely observant, described as has impeccable memory, noticeably intelligent, articulate, knowledgeable. And this is one of her landmarks. And her knowledge is not only knowledge of deen, and many of us will say, of course, she grew up in the household of Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam. But she had knowledge of poem, dentistry, and medicine, to the point she was asked, we can understand you have all the knowledge about religion, fiqh, hadith, but how do you know about medicine? And she said, I used to watch when the tribes and Bedouins came to Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam and asked him, and he tell them and teaches them the prophetic medicine, and I learned from that. Observant. She was also described as very charitable. The famous story when she was fasting, and she was described as she fasted a lot. And then this incident is at the time of Sayyidina Umar. He sent to them, let's say, the allowance of the month. And then she had her helper and she said, send it to people. She was fasting. The time of iftar came in and she looked at her helper and says, bring us the food. And she said, we have nothing. Then the helper said, why didn't you keep some of this money so we can go and get some food? And she responded, why didn't you remind me? Subhanallah. She was also described as playful. Another famous story about her, that she raced to Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam twice in his life. One, when she was younger, and she won. And then later on, again they raced, and he won. And he laughed, alayhi salatu wasalam, and looked at her and said, this one for that one. She used to ask questions, and we as nation, as ummah, learned a lot from these questions. For example, she went to Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, and she said, Ya Rasulullah, you gave all your wives what they call it kunya, nickname. I want you to give me a nickname. Or what is the nickname you want to give me? And he actually called her Abdullah, the mother of Abdullah. For all the women out there, that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decree that you don't have children,